Welcome all of you. Last class we discussed about different types of network. Today I am going to discuss about different types of topologies. First we can see what do you mean by topology. Topology means the pattern in which devices are connected in a network. The way the devices are connected in a network. In which order or in which pattern the computers or devices are connected in a network is known as topology. Different types of topologies are star topology, bus topology, tree topology, ring and mesh topology. 5 different types of topologies are there. First one is star, next is bus, third is tree, fourth is ring, and the fifth one is mesh. First we can see about star topology. Star topology. See the picture I drawn over here. In this picture, this is just like a star. In this, each node, these are known as nodes or these are known as devices which are connected in the network. And the central device is known as hub or switch. So here all the devices are directly connected to the hub or switch. There are 4 devices are there. All 4 devices are directly connected to the central device or central hub or central switch. This type of topology is known as star topology. It is just like a star picture. So, star topology means all the nodes are directly connected to a central device or central hub. That is known as star topology. Now, we can see more about star topology. See that? I will show you the picture for star topology. So, device 1, 4 devices are connected there. Now, this is your star topology. Now, in this topology, it is a central dependent topology. That means all the nodes are dependent on the central device that is known as hub. All the nodes are dependent on the hub. So, that means if the device 1 want to send a message to device 4. If device 1 want to send a message to device 4. First, device 1 will send the message to hub. From this hub, it is retransmitted to device 4. Actually, what the hub is doing, it is receiving all the information from the connected devices. And after that, the received information transmitted to all other devices connected in that network. So, what is the function of hub is then, hub will receive the message from one device or it receives the message or signals. And the received signal will be retransmitted to all other devices which is connected in the network. And when these devices, when this message will reach in the device will check whether that message contains my address. If it contains that particular device address, then that device will accept that message. Otherwise, it will discard that message. So, that is the way the star topology is working. Once again, I will explain. If device 2 want to send a message to device 3. So, device 2 will send the message to hub. Hub will receive the message and hub will retransmit the message to all other devices which is connected in the network. And each of this device will check whether the message contains its own address. If it contains that particular device address, then it will accept that message. Otherwise, it will discard the message. That is all about your star topology. It is just like a star picture. All the devices are connected to the central device. Now we can see what are the advantages of star topology, advantages and disadvantages. First we can see what are the different advantages of star topology. The first one, maintenance, installation and maintenance is easy in star topology. The first main advantage is the installation and maintenance is easy in star topology. Second one, all the nodes are directly transmitting the signals to the hub. So, data transmission rate is high in star topology. All the devices are directly transmitting data or signal to the hub. Because of that one, the data transmission rate is high, or it is more in star topology. And if device 1 is failed, will it affect the entire network? No, it will not affect the entire network. If device 1 is not working, you can remove that device 1 and the remaining network will work properly there. So, if any one of the node fails, that will not affect the other network devices. That will not affect the entire network. Now, if you want to add a new network, a new node into this network, then you can add that new node anywhere in the hub. You can directly add a new node into this hub without affecting the other network devices, without affecting the performance of the network. So, these are the main advantages of star topology. See once again, see what are the advantages of the star topology. Installation and maintenance of the network is easy. It is easy to detect the fault. I told you, if any one of the node is failed, you just discard the node, the remaining nodes will work there, or remaining network will work properly. If any one of the node fails, it will not affect the entire network. Rate of data transfer is high or fast because all the nodes are transferred through the central hub. And removal and addition of the node in the network will not affect the performance of the other network or performance of the network. So, these are the main advantages of star topology. Now, we can see what are the disadvantages of star topology. See that in star topology, all the nodes are directly connected to the central hub. So, because of that one, it needs more cable length than any other topology. More cable length is needed to connect network devices in star topology. And the second main disadvantage is that it needs an additional hardware called hub or switch to connect the devices in star topology. Star topology need an additional hardware called a hub or switch to connect the devices in the network. And if the hub is failed, if any problem happens for the hub, if the switch is failed or the hub is failed, the entire network will be failed. So, these are the main disadvantage of star topology. See that extra hardware is needed. All the nodes of the star topology are dependent on hub. If the hub fail, the entire network fail. The performance of the network is directly dependent on the hub. If the hub is slow, the entire performance of the network is also will be slow. If it need more cable length because all the devices are directly connected to the hub. So, which need more cable length than other topologies. Now, we can see the second type of topology. Second type of topology is bus topology. See the picture. I just drawn the one picture over here. This is bus topology picture. In bus topology, there will be a common cable is there. This cable is known as backbone. All the devices are directly connected to this common cable. This type of topology is known as bus topology. From the name itself, you can study it is a bus. Bus means there will be a common cable is there. All the nodes are directly connecting to the cable. See that if this particular device want to send a message to other device, then this device will send the message to the cable. And this message will transmitted in both direction, both sides of the cable. And when it reach in the other device, that device will check whether that message will contain its own address. If it contains that particular device address, then it will accept. Or it will discard the message. Again, that message is transmitted through the same cable in both the direction. So that is all about your bus topology. See the picture once again. In bus topology, there will be a common cable is there, and using that common cable, devices are connected. This is common cable. This cable is known as backbone, and all the nodes are directly connected to the common cable. If device 6 want to send a message to device 2, so device 6 will send the message to the cable, and the message is transmitted in both direction of this cable. If it reach here in device 4, first this message will reach here in device 4. Yes, device 4 will accept that one and check whether it contains its own address. No, it is not that device 4 address. So again it is transmitted through the cable. When it reach here, it will check whether it's that message contains its address. It is not that one. So again it is transmitted. This is the way it is transmitting and reaching there at the destination. So that is all about your bus topology. See then in this topology, all the devices are directly connected to the common cable. This is multi-point configuration. The common cable in which the devices are connected is known as backbone. If a device wants to send a signal or a message, then it sends the signals to the backbone, which flows both direction of the backbone. Depends on the address stored in the message, devices will accept the signal. That is your bus topology. In bus topologies, this common cable consists of a terminator at its both end. It consists of a terminator at its both end. If the message reach here in the terminator will remove the message from the cable. See that device 6 want to send a message, and it places an address inside that message. So each device will check whether that message contains its own address. So that address is not identified by any of this device. Normally it will reach here in the backbone. Both the side there is a backbone is there. Both the side there is a terminator is there. So it will reach there in the terminator. And the terminator will remove the message from the cable. Now we can see what are the advantages of bus topology. The main advantage of bus topology is that if any one of the node fails, that will not affect the entire network. If device 5 is not working, will it affect the entire network? No, it will not affect the entire network. So if any one of the devices fail, it will not affect the entire network. Implementation of this bus topology is easy. If you want to add a new node into this device, you can add this new node anywhere in this cable. Anywhere in this cable, by using a connector, you can connect a new device. So if you want to remove this device 1, you can remove it. That will not affect the entire network. And compared to the star topology, bus topology use less cable length. It needs less cable length than star topology. So these are the main advantages of bus topology. See the advantages once again. Removal and addition of nodes in the network will not affect the performance of the network. It requires less cable length. If any one node fails, it will not affect the entire network. Rate of data transfer is high. Implementation is easy. Now these are the advantages. Now we can see disadvantages. Disadvantages of here bus topology. If the central cable fails, if the backbone is failed, then the entire network fails. If the central cable fails, or if the backbone has something happened for the backbone, then the entire network will fail. There will be a terminator is needed. That is an extra hardware called terminator is needed at the end, both the end of the cable or both the end of the backbone. If the number of system is more in the bus topology, if the number of system is more, then there is a chance for data collision. Data collision means all the devices are transmitting signal to the cable. So normally there will be a chance for data collision. So performance of the device, performance of the network depends on the number of devices connected in the network. These are the main disadvantages of bus topology. Go through the disadvantage once again. If the cable fails, entire network fails. It needs an additional hardware called a terminator. The performance of the network depends upon the number of devices connected in the network. There is a chance of data collision if multiple devices simultaneously pass the signals to the cable. So these are the main disadvantages of bus topology. Now we can see the next topology. Next topology is tree topology. Tree topology. It is just like a tree structure. In tree topology, there will be a central hub is there and secondary hub is there. Some systems will be connected to the central hub and the remaining systems will be connected to the secondary hub. See then in tree, I will show you the picture, then it is easy to identify then. So this is your central hub. There will be a central hub and a secondary hub, one or two. That depends upon the number of systems. Multiple secondary hub will be there. And devices are connected to this central hub and secondary devices. See that central hub, now central hub is connected with 3 devices and central hub is connected with the 2 secondary hub. Again devices are connected to this secondary hub. This type of topology can be used in offices which have multiple branches will be there. Multiple companies in a company which has multiple departments there. In that case, this type of topology can be used there. So here this one department, sales department can be connected over here. And another accounts department can be connected over here. And all these devices, so this department is directly connected to the central hub. So that is all about your tree topology. See, in tree topology, nodes are connected to central hub or secondary hub. Normally useful in the place where the star and bus cannot be implemented individually. This tree topology normally using in the place where star and bus topology cannot be implemented individually. Now we can see what are the advantages and disadvantages of tree topology. I told you this tree topology can be useful in an office which have multiple departments. If failure of any one segment, if one of the secondary hub is not working, that will not affect the other network. The remaining part of the network will work properly. So if any one of the segment will not affect, if any one of the segment will fail, then it will not affect the remaining network. Fault identification is easy in bus topology. If you want to add new nodes into this topology, then you can add a new secondary hub over there and new devices can be added over there in the secondary hub. If that office is starting a new department in that office, then they can add a new secondary hub and all the devices of that office, that department can be connected to that secondary hub. That are the advantages of tree topology. Now we can see what are the disadvantages of tree topology. The main disadvantage, it need an extra hardware called the central hub and secondary hub. These are the extra hardware needed in your tree topology. Now, this tree topology, it is too difficult to maintenance. The maintenance cost is difficult. Your maintenance is difficult, the tree topology. The performance of the network is directly depends upon the hub. If the hub is slow, the entire performance of the network is also slow. This I told you in the star topology also. So these are the main advantages and disadvantages of tree topology. You have to study all the advantages and disadvantages of all these topologies. Next we can see ring topology. See the name, ring topology. Ring topology means all the devices are connected just like a ring. Each device is connected to 2 adjacent nodes or 2 adjacent devices. I will show you the picture. See that? It is ring topology. See, all the devices are connected just like this. It is just like a ring. See, here node 3 is connected to node 4 and node 2. Node 1 is connected to node 6 and node 2. So, this is node 1 is connected to 2 adjacent nodes. This is just like a ring. When I draw like this, it's not like a ring. It is just like a square. Ring means just like a ring itself. So, this type of topology is known as a ring topology. Each node is directly connected to 2 adjacent nodes. See that? In ring topology, signals are transmitted only through one direction. Signals are transmitted by only in one direction. In ring topology, each node is incorporated with a repeater. Each node has a repeater is there which will amplify the signals. It will strengthen the signal. When data is transmitted from one node to intermediate node, it will regenerate the signal and transmit till it reaches at the destination. So, each node that is connected in the ring topology has a repeater is there. Repeater will amplify the signal. Whatever the signal it got, it will amplify the signal or it will boost up that signal and again retransmit it. So, each node will boost up the signal and retransmit the message or retransmit the signal. That is the work done in the ring topology. It is just like a ring and devices are connected in the form of a ring. Now we can see what are the advantages and disadvantages of ring topology. Advantage. The first advantage is there is no extra hardware is not needed there. We are not using any hub or switch in the ring topology. Data transmission rate is high as compared as data is transmitted only in one direction. Transmission of data is one direction, so there is no chance of collision over there, so data transmission rate is high compared to bus topology. It is relatively cheaper as compared to the star topology. Now we can see what are the disadvantages of ring topology. If there is a fault in the single node, the entire network will fail. If any one of the node is not working, then it cannot transmit the message to the next node. So, in that case, the entire network will fail. Change made to the network node affect the entire network fails. So, if you want to change any one of the devices connected in the wrong ring topology, then that will affect the entire network. If there is a fault or break in the cable, entire network will fail. For proper communication between the nodes in ring topology is possible only if all the devices is connected in the ring topology must be turned on. See that? For the proper communication in ring topology is possible only if all the devices connected in the ring topology must be turned on. So, these are the main disadvantages of ring topology. Once again, I will repeat it. If there is a fault in the single node, it will affect the entire network. If one of the system is not working, then the remaining devices cannot transmit the signals to that direction. So, normally it will affect the end performance of the network. If you want to change one of the devices from the ring topology, that also will affect the performance of the network. Transmission speed is lower if the number of nodes is more. That will be that particular point will be affected anyway, all the topologies. Because if the number of nodes is more, then normally transmission speed will be slower. If there is a fault in the cable, then that also will be affected in the network. For the proper communication in ring topology, all the nodes will be turned on. Only then the data can be transmitted through the rings. Another main advantage you can say that each node will retransmit the signal. Each node will amplify and retransmit the signal. So there is no loss of data will happening there in the ring topology. All the devices connected in the ring topology has a repeater is there. That repeater will retransmit the signal. So there is no possibility of loss of signal there in the ring topology. So these are the main advantages and disadvantages of ring topology. Now we can see mesh topology. Mesh topology means all the nodes are connected each other. All the nodes is connected each other is known as ring topology. See the picture, then it is easy for you to identify what is this mesh topology. See that node 1 is connected to node 2, node 3, node 4 and node 5. Node 2 again connected to all other nodes in the network. Node 3 is connected to all other nodes. There means there will be individual connection to all the nodes in the network. That is known as mesh topology. Node 1 connected to 4 other nodes. Same way node 2 is also connected to 4 other nodes. So each node is connected to all other nodes in the network. That is known as mesh topology. Can you say what is the main advantages of mesh topology? The main advantage is that data is directly connected from one node to another. There is no chance of data collision. Data transmission rate is also high. Network, if you want to add a new node, you can directly add the new node. Wherever you want to add, you can directly add that new node. It will not affect the performance of the other nodes or performance of the network. Fault identification is easy. If network node 5 is not working, if node 5 is not working, then it will not affect the entire network. These are the main advantages of mesh topology. See, once again I'll show you the advantages of mesh topology. If any one is failed, it will not affect the network. Expansion of network or addition of new node in the network can be done without affecting the other nodes. Now we can see what are the disadvantages of mesh topology. The main disadvantage is that it needs more cable length than any other topology, because all the nodes are individually connected to all other nodes. So more cable length is needed. Maintenance cost is high in mesh topology. Implementation cost is also high because lot of cable is needed. All the nodes have to connect it together. So that is why it is implementation cost is also high. So these are the main advantages and disadvantages of mesh topology. See then, what do you mean by topology? Topology means the pattern in which nodes are connected in a network. In which pattern the nodes are connected. Topologies are divided into 4 different types: star, bus, tree, ring and mesh. Star means it's just like a star symbol. All the nodes are directly connected to a central device. Bus means there will be a common cable. All the nodes are directly connected to the common cable. Tree means there is a central hub and secondary hub. All the nodes are connected to central hub and secondary hub. Ring means there will be nodes are connected in the form of a ring. Mesh means all the nodes are connected individually to all other nodes. That is known as mesh topology. So you have to study advantages and disadvantages of each of these topologies. Okay. Now next class we can study the next topic. Now I am winding up today. Thank you children.